Hello everyone, I am Randy Suarez, aka Silva, back here with another amazing reaction. This time we're back with some more Josh Johnson, and apparently it's about, I guess, Mars, if I'm believe too mistaken. The title is literally "The Garbage Plate Internet is Stirring Up War and Mars Won't Save Us." Well, I literally saw a comment earlier on something else. Someone said the internet was a mistake. It feels like in the weirdest way how people act on the internet nowadays. Yeah, it makes it seem like it was a mistake, and nobody's had learned nothing. And the thing is, people like us and people who are watching, we probably have learned a lot of things from the internet. It's just some people, sadly, hasn't. So, but anyway, not to keep y'all long, because this is going to be a long video. So, like any of this content, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Josh Johnson. I will leave the original link to this video down below, so watch it uninterrupted. Also, link to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow me on those social platforms. Also, links to the Discord. Come in, join to the Crow's Nest. Talk to amongst yourself. Have a jolly good time. Also, link to the Cashapp. Feel gracious enough to donate. Whatever you want to donate, that's fine. Don't, that's fine as well. So thanks, super thanks. But by donating, like, comment, subscribe, sharing, all the good stuff, however you show your support, lets me know you rock with the reaction content, rock with the channel, and rock with your boy. But further ado, buckle up and let's get started. Alright, we here with some more Josh Johnson. You already know the title of the video. The the garbage plate internet is stirring up war, and Mars won't save us. Sorry about that. For some reason, slip of the tongue. So anyway, let's go.
Man, okay. I've been excited to come to Rochester, and I have been also nervous. I mean, I cannot tell if y'all have a mountain lion or not. Like
Don't be nervous. I can't tell you if y'all have a mountain lion or not. Hey man, you can't joke about those things.
Listen, I can only go off of what I've been watching. And what I've been watching, I'll just walk you through it. What I saw was a news report. This news report was of someone's Ring camera. I like that the whole community is involved in the surveillance. I like that this wasn't CCTV footage. This was, you know, a person's Ring camera. And in the Ring camera, there is what might be, probably is, definitely looked like a mountain lion going for a late night stroll. Fantastic. The mountain lions have heard that Rochester is a place worth parking, and so the mountain lions have shown up, and one particular mountain lion was letting himself be seen.
Oh no.
That ended up on the news where I saw it, and I was like, that does look like a mountain lion. But then the internet being the internet, there were plenty of people that were like, oh, mountain lion, that's a cougar. Nothing makes me want to like get into it with people than well, actually, like that's so beside the point. A very big
See, if someone pull off an actually on me, I always tell before you do that, make sure your point is legit valid. If it's not and it's dog water, I'm booting you out.
Is walking around Rochester. Cougar, mountain lion, help me with the major difference. And then people started to, initially when the report came out, there was a shelter in place order, right? Mm-hmm. And I heard about the shelter in place order, and I was like, order? Who was fighting to get outside knowing there was a mountain lion out there? Who was like, y'all know I always wanted to pet one. This is so unfair. Every time something fun happens, I gotta stay inside. Shelter-in-place order is crazy. I saw people commenting online off the video, and I saw some people that were like, "Oh." Please tell me you understand that if that awe is taken to a mountain lion, that'll be the last noise you make. Oh, this is so sweet. Licking it. Let's go say hi.
Yeah, let's go say hi.
Oh.
Yeah, that last.
Oh. Wow, okay. And then from there, you know, people contacted the zoo, and to y'all's credit, y'all's zoo was like, "Hey, nah. Everybody here's supposed to be here. Okay? We not just loose with the gates, like some other zoos have been. We got all our cougars, we got all our mountain lions, every cat is here." And like the fact that this thing was just strolling as well. It's not like running around. Everyone that says they've seen it, it's like quickly become this like urban legend / mascot of Rochester. Because then the people that have seen it, and look, I'm not saying that if you've seen it, you were supposed to tackle it and take a selfie with it. I believe the people that say they saw it. I believe one person in particular that says that he saw it. I believe the man that your news interviewed that said that he saw it. This man should just be an anchor.
It's one of those. Here's the thing.
The man is.
I will say this: when it comes to dealing with animals in general, don't be so dumb enough thinking, "Oh, I just want to take a picture of it. I want to get close so I can't." No. Learn from other people in the States. Don't mess with these animals unless you with their trainer or whatever. Or wild animals. Don't mess with them at all. Because you don't want to be on the news. And then your loved ones, "Oh, someone should put this out." When you do dumb things, you can win a dumb prize.
The news, and they turn, and he went, "Rawr." And I was like, "Go on." So far, this is very believable. He's like, "It went rawr," and I was like, "Ooh, I'm good." No, none of that. No. I like how that's how you get away from wild animals. It's like, because admittedly, look, I'll tell you, as a black person, that's exactly what's happening. If you see a wild animal out in the not wild, you start conversing with it like somebody you owe a lot of money. "Hey, look, no, hey, listen, no, look, no, please, no, no, bruh, no, thank you, no, please. Look, nah, later maybe, but no, not today. Oh, Lord help me, oh."
Here's the thing. I still remember the story with the whole thing. I mentioned this on my channel multiple times already about the person getting attacked by a tiger. And back in 2007, and people were blaming the tiger, doing tiger things. You were in its territory. People are shocked. People get shocked. "Oh my God, this shouldn't have happened." Yada yada yada. Because at the end of the day, it makes me question a lot of people's thinking. It's like, okay, I get the person who did that and got mauled by the tiger was drunk, so he didn't really do that much thinking. But people were blaming the tiger for doing tiger things. I'm like, it's a tiger. Oh man, it's one of those things that I will probably say. Just be aware of what you're messing with, especially with animals.
This man gives this interview, he says he saw a row, and then he was like, no, I'm not messing with you, no, thank you, no, I'm out of here, no, I'm not, I don't mess with lions, tigers, bears, good policy. These are good things to keep in mind. I don't mess with any of them. And then my favorite thing about the interview wasn't that he was like, it could be anywhere. It could be in those bushes, as this man looked up.
It could be in his bushes. Yep, I'm out. Instant Houdini.
This is why this dude is like low-key one of my favorite people of all time, because I know exactly everything that's going through his thought process while he's talking to the news, and I also could put myself in this situation when he's on the mountain lion. No, I could be in one of these bushes anywhere. He stopped just short of what I probably would have said, which is like, it could be anywhere. Anywhere, these bushes up here. It could be in the house. It could be you.
Shut up. Just shut up.
We don't know each other. Like, how we know he didn't stand up, tuck the tail, was like, reporting live.
Put a cap and everything. Live.
Matter of fact, roll up your sleeves. Let me see how furry you are.
Hey man, I'm pretty furry.
No, my favorite thing about this interview was that this man gave the interview in broad daylight, explaining what he saw while holding a bat. It's like, that's why I keep it with me right now. That's why I got it on me. And I'm like, yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
No, that's why sometimes I don't like the movies that Hollywood makes, that, you know, they put scenes out there that wouldn't go the way that we've imagined. You know, you put Idris Elba in one movie with a line, and now people think they could fend off a mountain lion with, like, not a thick bat. Like, that was... That bat looked like Pee-wee grade. That was not a slugger, you know?
It doesn't have that
He was like, no, but come near me if it comes anything. No. And then y'all did not help the situation. Because then you started posting AI of y'all with the mountain lion. This woman said she heard a row and she looked and he was in the bakery, and I'm like, I'm believing it I'm believing it until I see the picture. I'm over here being like, man, this woman chill. This woman a straight gangster. She's not just a baker. It was in her store. And they showed the picture. I was like, y'all gotta stop playing. This is supposed to be the news. I was sitting there getting mad. I was like, all right, some of these clearly look fake, but a couple of them don't. Look, you can either post an AI image or you can interview the person. Don't do both. That's disrespectful to my man, who's probably still carrying a bat right now. You're all over here scared him, making him think the mountain lion everywhere. No, look, don't approach a mountain lion.
It's like when people swore up or down, you can take down a bear. Like, oh, I can take down a bear, bro, no problem. With what? Your bear hands? Yeah, I fight him. I literally heard these conversations, and I always end up laughing. Because, like, no, you're not. Unless you got that thing on you, and you know what I mean. You ain't taking down that bear.
See a mountain lion, there's a whole number you're supposed to call, so some like actual professionals come deal with the mountain lion. That was another little gripe that I had, that I will admit. I was like, because I was in my head, I'm like, I'm coming to Rochester. What if I see his mountain lion? I should probably memorize this number. And instead of being in any way catchy, in any way memorable. This number isn't 1-800-SIGHTING. That would be too many numbers, I understand. But like this number is just 1-375-2280. Like it was just such a regular number. I was like, no one will remember that. You couldn't even make a number. You couldn't even make it like 1-800-GET-CATS. Not even try. Now I'm over here. I see the mountain lion. I don't have a bat on me, anything. I'm doing the regular thing, the thing that we know to do. No, I'm not messing with you. I'm not playing with you. Get away from me. Oh, no. Oh, geez, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to call the number, and I'm like, 1.
What's the rest?
Now I'm over here. Somebody knows the number. That's insane.
Yeah, someone could.
That's too earnest.
That's too earnest. Very too earnest.
That's we. Imagine though, because this is my thing. This is just my thinking. If I saw the mountain lion, right, and it was over here, not just minding its like ring camera business, not just going about his day. Maybe I saw the mountain lion. The mountain was like, "Hey, city ain't big enough for the both of us." I'm not gonna lie, just for the sake of brevity, I would probably call 911. But the idea that there's a whole extra set of numbers to call if you see the mountain lion makes me wonder that, like, if you call 911, they'll be like, a mountain lion?
Are you sure?
You called the wrong 911. Look, I'll give you the number call. Write it down. Write it down. You can't transfer me? No, we 3 numbers, they're 10 numbers. Can't transfer like that. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, I'm just praying I have a good time in Rochester. I don't see a mountain lion in the very high bushes y'all have. Y'all have been busy since I've been gone. Y'all have had a string, multiple robberies. See, I haven't even specified yet, and y'all have had a string of robberies of the mail.
Wait. Who's taking people's mail? People still do that? I mean, packages, that still goes on. I'm talking about mail. Literally just, like, people bills mail.
Read about it. Mail carriers are getting robbed, and that's just
rude.
I like an unboxing as much as the next person, but like that's truly it's mail. It's more likely you stealing bills.
For real.
Imagine.
You're just stealing bills.
Oh, would have been great if somebody had robbed my house when I only had bills in it. You know?
Really? Are you gonna pay my bills?
I can't even imagine what that would be like for the mail carrier, because it'd be different if you're like a Brinks truck. It'd be different if you went to wherever, because they go everywhere, and they do these shipments from different places and stuff. It would be different if you went to, like, you know, some grocery store. They had to do their deposit. You show up with the truck. They always have like 2 of them there. And I used to think that was for security, but the worse the economy gets, I'm like, nah, that's so somebody doesn't quit on the job. That's so somebody doesn't just drive off with the truck. There's at least one other person there to keep you accountable. But they'll have the person who's like loading up the truck or loading something in from the place that they're picking up from, and then they'll have one person just sort of standing there. Looking at everybody. I used to work at a grocery store. This exact thing would happen. Like, they would come with the truck, and there would be somebody that looked at everybody like a suspect. You would have grapes in hand, and he'd be like, "What's up, though? Like, you trying to?"
Yeah, what up?
It's like, "I'm trying to, check out, get rung up." It's like, okay, all right, likely story, but okay.
So I keep my eye on
you. And then, they go off, they deliver it to the bank or whatever. I can only imagine. If you work at the mail, and somebody roll up on you. Maybe they have a gun, maybe they don't, and they're like, hey, come up out of everything. I don't even think you'd be trying to be brave. I think out of genuine confusion, you'd be like, the mail? Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
everything you got. Too. It's like, I can tell you right now, because of the route that I'm on, none of these about to be checks.
None of this.
You know what I mean? Because it's not even like they're robbing the mail carrier of like the best neighborhood. You just robbing the mail in hopes. It would be different if this was like the 1800s. It would, because back in the day when they robbed trains, those trains did bring like mail with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of that mail was like, you know, from bank to bank, or somebody sending something to someone that was precious. You know, you had these great train robberies and everything. Now,
people out here doing too much.
You'd be sorely disappointed if you were to hop on an Amtrak. You're like, okay, everybody, this is a robbery. It's like, all right, first of all, let me tell you right now, every single car in that Amtrak, bathroom destroyed. So already, you get on the Amtrak, you'll be like, all right, everybody, this is a... Oh, one of y'all sick? What? Because people used to carry their belongings on them, and now it's just one belonging. Like now it is, the phone's more important than the wallet. For some people, the phone is the wallet. That's why when some people forget their phone, I'm like, y'all didn't take life seriously at all today.
Sadly,
do you know what I mean? Like it's one thing.
I work at a job that people forget their phones, and when they found them, turn them in and everything, like, I always ask, where did you exactly put this? And they even go and reminisce and try to, like, and when I tell them this is where I found it at, they're like, oh, that's right, you'd be surprised.
If I forget my ID, or if I forget one of my like cards, or if I forget my keys or my AirPods, like you do the little check before you go, make a song out of it, right? It's very different if you decided, hey, I'm gonna put everything in the phone, that way it's all in one place. Some people even put the card in the little pouch behind their phone. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, this is a horrible idea. Just attaching the wallet to the phone. And they're like, no, now everything's in one place. I'm like, yeah, you made it easy for the mugger. That's all you did.
Yeah, why make it easy for them?
You're still gonna be forgetful. I don't know why we think that like changing that thing will like change us.
It won't.
Do you know what I mean? My friend is very forgetful. But then he's like, no, if I just put it all in one thing, I'll be fine. I'm like, no, you'll forget more at once. Your day will be worse. Because then I already saw this, right? You saw that they put the phone into the back of the case, into the wallet, right? All one thing. Then they were like, why even use a case? Let's just mush the credit cards into the phone, let everybody pay with their phone. So now, a lot of my friends don't even carry credit cards. It's just the phone. So now when you forget your phone, I'm like, who are you? The phone was your ID, it was your credit card, it was your phone. This is what's crazy about losing a phone now, not just on top of not just on top of like how much we keep in it, but my friend locked himself out of his house because he had put his keys in his phone. Because you know they have that thing now where certain scan, you can scan and then just boom, click, and then the door opens. He did that because he was like, why keys? Keys are so archaic. Why am I, and then pitched it to me like this. Why am I just walking around all day jingling? What am I, the crypt keeper? Why am I running around here, clink, cling, 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 cling? No, no. That is entertainment for babies, all right? Only thing that keys are good for him, put the keys into the phone. And then with the credit card, he was like, why am I just carrying around plastic all the time? All the time. Then the card expired. You don't even know the card was about to expire. So then you over here trying to pay for your groceries looking dumb. Looking over here. No, I swear, I mean, there's money in the account. I don't know why this is happening. You got the Brinks guy staring at you like, all right, you said it was all about grapes, but it looked like it's not all about grapes. So what's really hood? Now I put the card in my phone. I put the keys in my phone. I got everything. I got everything all the time. I'm like, all right, but what happens when you don't have the phone? Because you're telling me all this as like the reason to put everything inside of one thing. But now you're locked out. You're locked out of your apartment and you're sitting in my apartment. Somebody who uses a key to get in. I don't know. I feel bad for you. You gotta use this archaic technology. You gotta turn it with your wrist like you're from 2000 BC. And then that's the other thing that was crazy. It's like all these things that were for ease, he ended up being so much worse off because I told him, I was like, you didn't even have your phone on you to call me. You had to find me. Do you realize how much crazier that is? If you had kept it all separate, if you had diversified your belongings, and then realized, ooh, I forgot my phone. Let me use my key to walk back into my apartment and maybe send an email to a friend or let someone know I'm gonna be late, right? Or if I, forgot my key, I now have a card and a phone to either call someone else who has the key or just go to, where we keep our spare key. You can go where you keep your spare key. Because you keep a spare key, right? You keep one physical copy, right? You keep one physical key, and then you keep your phone key. Because one of those keys isn't dumb. And he was like, why would I have a backup regular key? Just so somebody can find that key, break into my place, and steal all my belongings. I'm like, it sounds like you have one belonging. It sounds like... I'm waiting for when they do that. I'm waiting for when Apple is like, no, put the couch in the phone.
Hey, something tells me that day is that far ahead. Okay, it's one of those things that I probably will say this in general. Not everything needs to be on the phone. And like stuff that I do, like when it comes to work and this, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Some people pour their life onto the phone, onto social media. I'm like, you may don't want to do that. Because not everyone, your life ain't always people's business, the best way I can put that.
Just trying to get you to sit on your phone to be comfortable. And then when your phone cracks, it's like, oops, maybe that was a bad idea, but you will need a new phone. We're doing all this stuff and it's just doing too much. Doing too much and doing too much. And then you get to the place where you don't even know why you're doing what you're doing. You get to the place where you're robbing the mail. Truly for what? At best, it might be like a blender. If you are robbing the mail and it is not an Amazon package, you're already losing. Because when I tell you right now...
Yes, and people will rob anything that deals with Amazon and everything. But, again, like I said, people who go into other people's actual mail, I'm like, bro, you losing. what are you gaining out of this confrontation? Nothing.
Now, this mail that you're stealing, this like paper that you're stealing, is paper that the people it's going to don't want. Forget bills. This is like begging people to open up a new credit card. It's begging people to subscribe to a magazine they subscribed to one time. It's just asking for money. And then you do that, and then you open all that mail in your place, which is also against the law. You doubling up on felonies. What's the plan here? Because now you've opened the check. Let's say you got a check. Let's say somebody still works in 1990. And let's say that you got the check. What is the plan now? To go to the bank and be like, hey, I'm 8 people.
I expect them not to catch on.
No. But who knows? Maybe the banks in Rochester just cash whatever y'all bring. I have no idea. Maybe this makes sense. I know it's been spoken on already, but I am genuinely, I've been looking it up. I've been educating myself, and I'm fascinated at the origin of the garbage plate. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not here to talk about if it's good or not, or the aesthetic or anything like that. I'll get to the aesthetic, but like
Yeah, this is my first time hearing
the
name. The name.
I don't know. This is what I think happened. This is okay. Look, I'm pitching you what I think happened because we didn't have to get here. Anything that is good does not also have to have like a derogatory name, right? But I think that like something happened. Something happened where like I live in New York City. I live in Brooklyn, and New York City is very dirty. There's a lot of garbage out. No alleys, just street. I remember the first time when I moved to New York,
Someone in the comments section explain to me, why is that? People who live in New York and people who visit there. Let me know why is that, because that is pretty damn dirty. Like, no garbage cans, no dumpsters, anything to compress the garbage and you recycle, none of that? Okay.
I moved to New York with very little frame of reference of what New York would be like. And so I moved to New York and I saw the trash on the street and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know we were in a state of emergency. I had no idea. I picked the wrong time to move because the garbage, and piled up too, almost organized in its chaos, piled up about waist high at the sidewalk, you know? And then I realized that's what you do there. You put the garbage on the street. Like for a day, well, not a day, for like 3 days out of the week. We are the garbage.
We are the garbage.
And somehow nobody, in
the weirdest way, that's gonna be the thumbnail title. We are the garbage.
Nobody has seen fit to just make an alley.
I know, right? Sorry about that.
Isn't this one of the oldest cities in America? At any point in time, somebody could have been like, look, we're going to have to like eminent domain this one brownstone so that everybody doesn't have to live like the apocalypse happened 5 months ago.
For real.
It will be a beautiful day in New York City. You'll be walking happy.
Jolly.
And then you will, as an adult, I thought I smelled all the smells.
Oh, God.
As a grown person, I was positive I'd even smelled all the mixes. And sometimes you'll be walking in New York City, and it will be a beautiful day. It'll be a picturesque day. It'll be one of those days that they direct movies with the scene that you're seeing. It's almost like God's cinematography. When you look around New York City, the sun is coming up. There's that golden hour, everything's shining off, the building's just perfect. Maybe you walking and you walk with somebody you love, you holding hands and everything, and then you even go to say, I love you, right? You go to express, because you get swept up in this moment, this beautiful, beautiful moment that somehow you can only experience in New York City. Plenty of places are beautiful, but this moment can only happen in New York City, and you go to say, I love you, but that means you open your mouth. Listen, now this person whose eyes you were looking deep into, you go,
If the smell at the point that you can taste the smell, that's a problem. That if you can see, taste, and smell the smell, that's a problem.
You can't even describe it. You can't even describe. The only thing that even comes close to it is if you like ran onto like an Amtrak train with the bathroom door open. You've never felt or smelled anything like that. You felt like you were walking through a cloud when it happened. And now you're doubled over. That moment has happened in New York City for as long as New York City has been around. Since its founding. Since they were like, no, just mush them together.
Just mush them.
No, everybody want to live here, mush them together. No, it's and on top too, let's build up.
Let's build
No,
up.
it means more trash, but it means more people to, pay more taxes for us to still not have figured this out.
Which everybody else has figured it out.
Look, it's a phenomenal idea. There's no way, no, you can't cut through these buildings. You can't tear something down. No, that'd be crazy. This thing is worth $2 million. This piece of property that nobody wants, that no one will ever want, is also worth $2 million. No, we can't make it an alley. That would be useful. And so, I think maybe somebody saw that entire situation. And they were in Rochester and they were eating at one of their favorite places, and they were like, that looks exactly like what's in front of me right now. I've seen it, and I feel like there were other names. Because there were other words available, you know what I mean? This is how I'll put it. It would be like if I baked a cake, right? If I baked a cake and it was a triple chocolate cake, right? So, and not just triple chocolate in the way that's like chocolate layer, chocolate layer, chocolate layer. Let's say I really took my time. I really did something like decadent. I really made like one layer almost like chocolate chip cookie. It's a little bit more brownie than it is like cake. And then the layer above that, I went a little bit like dark chocolate with it, right? And it had a little bit of filling in the sides of it that was also like something you don't usually get in chocolate cake. And then the top of the chocolate cake is very light. Very, like, not the, like, fondant type stuff, like very light icing and a very, like, moist top, melts in your mouth, right? And then you had this chocolate cake, and it was actually, let's just say for the sake of the argument, the best chocolate cake you've ever had in your life. Incredible. You were moved by how good this chocolate cake is, because you never had chocolate cake like it. This might make you act different, move different throughout your life. You never had chocolate cake like this before. Never has somebody put chocolate cake on a dish and then you put fork to cake and then fork to mouth and cake to mouth and then felt this good about your life and yourself, right? It's never happened before. And so then you ask because now there's a different person. You're a different person when you had the cake, before you had the cake, and after you had the cake, right? You're about to move through the world with more love, knowing that there's cakes like this to be had. You're about to spread the good word of this cake, because more people should have this cake, more people should feel this happiness, right? And you take a break from chewing, from everything, to ask me, what kind of cake is this? Instead of saying triple chocolate cake, instead of listing the ingredients, you ask me what type of cake it is, and I say, Dookie.
Yeah, I would. As soon as someone gave me that answer and they're dead serious, I'm crashing the hell out. I'm sorry. I will. Me not saying anything but pure anger is dangerous. If I hear that, that's all that person is getting. Pure, unadulterated anger. Oh. So you can't say that and expect someone not to crash out.
I called it Dookie, because, you know. No, because when you look at the plate, you know what I mean? No, it looked like Dookie, so I called it Dookie. That makes it more enticing, doesn't it? Have another slice of Dookie. That's when I garbage plates. They may have found signs of ancient life on Mars. And I don't know how that helps us.
Okay, it kind of doesn't. Because after a while, that does not matter. At least for now.
Y'all did it. You know what I mean? Ancient life on Mars. Not current life. To my understanding, they have found signs that somebody used to be there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Imagine somebody coming and being like, this place used to be cool.
Like, after a while, like, what the hell? It used to be cool. Okay.
Because I've thought about that. I've thought about how, what if, let's just say, for the sake of argument, what if there was like ancient life on Mars? And like ancient beings, we're not talking about like little microbes or anything like that, like intelligent beings. Like obviously we would call them aliens and everything because they're over there, we're over here. But like they lived on Mars. And then even though they're intelligent beings, they didn't always act in a way that was intelligent.
Neither did us.
You know what I mean? They didn't take care of themselves, each other, or their planet. And maybe they built out systems that didn't actually benefit all of them, just a few. And then it got to a point where they were not just unhappy with each other, they were unhappy with their planet, a planet that they had basically ruined. It used to be dope, and now it's
God.
Whatever it is now. And so then they worried that there was no way to reverse course. There was still time, but they were like, what are you gonna do? And
yeah. That mindset is kind of dangerous.
And so then they, over time, remember, this is ancient. Remember how long the universe has been around. They looked around and they were, in some ways, very intelligent. Maybe intelligent enough to find another place to live.
Yeah.
And maybe they find a place, and maybe it's called Earth. And maybe they went to Earth and they, been on Earth for so long, they forgot where they came from. But being intelligent beings, they made all the same mistakes all over again. And so then there comes this day where they look around and not really happy with themselves or each other. or their planet, and rather than hopefully not wrecking it or themselves, they're like, what if we went to Mars? I don't know, maybe there's something there. Because I do think that, I don't know, I feel like that's as likely as finding life on Mars. Because that is where we're at for the most part. There's a lack of belief in the idea that you can still build community, or the idea that people can still see each other as people. That's incredibly like troubling and scary. I think that we rely now on communication that is more served to us than we seek out. We feel like we seek it out because we're discovering it in real time. In real time, you are discovering your For You page. In real time, you are discovering when you're scrolling, and you feel like because you're making the choice to scroll that it's the choice what you see next, but it really isn't. And
when you put it that way, he has a point. He does.
Based on a bunch of things about you, we think we're shaping the algorithm, and it's a high likelihood it's the other way around. Because based on how you've built your habits, gets based on whether you get served contempt or compassion. And so then, when it's time for us to talk, we have a very different view of how people are in the world. Like all of social, all of this stuff, every platform, it's just a mirage. But when you're out in the desert by yourself, which it feels like a lot of people feel that way. A ton of people feel like they're out by themselves, right? And you see this thing up ahead and you think you know what it is, and it turns out to be a mirage. It's very hard to convince anyone of that idea. And so that's what I watch more of than anything else. It's just the idea that, like, I know what's going on. I know what people are saying. I know how people think. And I've got a big picture of everything that's going on. It's like, I promise you have a snapshot. No person, no single person online is one thing. No idea is one shared belief by everyone.
Yeah. It's one of those things I probably will say in general that is, it's okay to have differences. Doesn't matter from different people, different relationship, different friendship. It's okay to have differences.
And once again, no matter what you do, even when you think you're gaming the system, even when you're like, but I log out sometimes. I guarantee you, you're being served a certain amount of contempt and a certain amount of compassion, and it's all driven to keep driving you. You want to know what people think, you want to know how people are, you just talk to people. This is the only way to find out.
I talk
If you want community, you build it as best as possible, and you build it in any way that you can. Some of that will include being online. Some of that, I'm not talking about like talking to your friend in a DM. I'm talking about like the way we see each other is so important, and the way we see each other is being like molded and affected without people understanding that they didn't actually get to participate in some of this. You don't know what impact you have to anyone that's like outside of your sphere. It's
the reason why I'm shocked when I do stuff like this, like reaction content, the shorts and stuff like that. I'm surprised personally the amount of you got me into doing this, you got me wanting to do that because you shared your own story of how you got into this, how you did. It's like I said, it's one of those things that you don't think about that until you being told that.
my best. I'm not perfect, but why I do my best to be, hopefully, the best version of myself all the time. Because people are only going to see a sliver. So if what they see is good, maybe they'll think the world's a little bit better. And if they see bad, they might think the world's a little worse. And it goes moment to moment. And no matter how much you try to put out, you can still get drowned out. But I know that when I see people, when I see anger, when I see hate, when I see love, when I see compassion, I know that I'm seeing all of it at one time. And then the real mix of it that's out there is different than what's in my phone. The same way you shouldn't put your keys and your wallet and your...
I was wondering how you gonna tie that back in. But yeah, he's correct. It's one of those things. It's a reason why there's a saying: "Do not put your eggs in one basket." It's the reason why when I started making content, yeah, I waited a while before I start branching out to other platforms like Instagram and TikTok, because I wanted to grow my following on here first before and see if I can. In general, do what a lot of people are afraid to do is to make content in general. So, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The same way that if you put everything in the phone and then you lose sight of what you're up to, you're lost. It's the same way that you cannot just trust that what you're seeing and what people are saying, and these people as well, these people, whoever these people are. Because that's the other thing about opinions online. It's the other thing about people online. We didn't vote for like a king or queen of online.
No.
Somehow any person saying anything is representative of everybody at any given point. That's not possible. I wish it was what was happening when it was like a smart person. But like, who knows? Like, smart people usually don't keep you online because they're like, hey, you should live your life.
Yeah.
It's very bad for business. When people live their lives and when they meet people and when they talk to people and they have real conversations with people, when they really sit down with people and they get to know people, that's scary. It's scary for everybody who benefits from what you're like when you're just on your phone. You need to be very, very careful of how we look at other people, how we judge other people, because I'm telling you right now, this thing will run away from you. You will leave the house thinking the entire world is the devil without ever having checked with any other person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And so one of those things is, yes, the world is harsh. There are problems in the world, but how much problems there is, there are also amount of good as well. And you owe it to the best way. We owe it to ourselves to seek out that type of good.
I've gone outside.
If that makes any
and
sense.
I've talked to people. And there are people, I'll tell you right now, there are people that scare me. There are people that scare me. There are people that walk around on trash day in New York and yawn. That's insane.
That is insane.
That's it does. I don't know if it gets crazier. That's terrifying. And I'm talking like hot
Garbage yawn.
summer trash day. Not today, Satan. No, I see that, and I'm not gonna lie, I cross the street. I treat them like they got a pit bull. I treat them like, you know? Well, yeah. Like I don't know. And sometimes you want to throw your hands up and just say, none of it's worth it or anything. And I don't know. I just don't believe that. There are some things that happening and your response, what you put out into the world, it is coming back. It may not.
If you if this was kind of what happens with people getting fired because of what they were saying about the whole thing with what happened with what's his name, Charlie Kirk, the negativity about that, and they got back to their jobs and everything. I mean, what did you expect? And a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's just my First Amendment right." Yeah, but you don't have the freedom of consequence. So, yeah.
Feel that way. And maybe, look, maybe you're a kid and you're impulsive and somebody makes you angry online, so you get real nasty with everybody all day, and you don't even think about like the ripple effect that thing has. But like, people take online, obviously is not real, but people take real things off of it. You know?
No,
like the
let's hear
ripple
that
effect
again.
that thing has. But like, people take online, obviously is not real, but people take real things off of it.
Yes, and it's one of those things is it's okay to learn. I'll put it that way. But learn when something is real and something is BS. Because a lot of people that have that issue, they cannot tell the difference.
You know? And I've talked about this before. I'm never stop talking about it because I genuinely believe it from the bottom of my heart that the bravest thing you ever do. I remember I read this and it stuck with me, and I hope it sticks with me for the entirety of my life, because this is how people make money. This is how people control you. This is how people mess with your mind. This is how people turn you against other people. The bravest thing that you will ever do in your entire life is accept that there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing intrinsically wrong with you. There's nothing that is like that needs to be bought to fix you. There's nothing that you need to, and that, look, that is not to say that everyone is a perfect person. I'm not saying people don't need to work on themselves. I'm saying that like you are not beyond the measure of like the love and care that a person should receive, right? And then
No. I like to hear that again. For some people, need to hear it from the back.
I'm not saying people don't need to work on themselves. I'm saying that like you are not beyond the measure of like the love and care that a person should receive, right?
And the point that still is somewhat, what's the word for it? Still needs to be said. Because to this day, I'm still trying to figure out why there's some people who are parents or who are guardians or who are foster parents put down some of their kids and that comes down to that mindset, and they probably already had that mindset, but they just added more fuel to the fire and basically said something the opposite of that.
And then the second scariest thing you'll ever do in your life, and like some people can't do it. Some people live and die. They get buried without ever doing it. The other scariest thing you'll ever do in your entire life, I promise you, is change your mind. And like, I don't think that I personally don't think we're in a place where we're too far gone. These two things can still happen. It takes a second for them to happen. It takes a moment for either one of them to happen. That there is nothing wrong with you. Now, you're not perfect. You make mistakes. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing unfixable, unlovable about you. And then there's a world that looks different than the world in your phone or even the world from your experiences. But I promise you, changing your mind will not kill you. But this isn't the world. It's not even your world. It's just what you're being served to keep you on the platform. But I think somewhere along the line, we start to feel like it's a window instead of a TV. Do you know what I mean? It's not a window. There's no way to know what everybody thinks. And there is no like side to reality. So when you're watching something, and when you're watching people react to something, you're seeing a piece of it, but you have to remember what you're being served. Like that's what's happening. Different amounts, compassion, contempt, depends on how you look, depends on where you go. It's worth seeing the full picture for yourself. I think to fail to do that is to start to fail to be as human as you can be.
he's right. Someone once said, and it was literally Hassan Minaj. He said on Patriot, I remember this because it's the whole thing with George Floyd. The whole picture matters, and when you take only bits of the picture and boast it up, it ruins what the picture actually matters for.
You know, this thing that we have is this incredible tool, but like tools are also weapons. A tool can protect you, and you can use it to hurt other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you thought a mountain lion was like walking around all the time and you just had a bat with you just in case, it's like not.
It's not realistic sometimes.
But these things are tools, and it's very important to remember who's using the tool. We think it's us all the time, and I think that is a mistake. To think that we use it. That it doesn't work the other way around ever. I love you all, and I appreciate every single one of you. I don't want to see. I don't want to see people destroy themselves because they thought that they had a mirror, they thought that they had a window, and they just had a TV. You know? So I appreciate every single one of y'all. I can't even describe it. I was so excited to come here and spend time with you, and that is definitely in spite of the mountain lion. So. Rochester, y'all been amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much.
You know what? Big shout out to Josh Johnson. It's almost been a year since I've been reacting to his content. And to see his growth from last year until basically now, and what he's speaking is legit, is facts. It's sort of realism a lot of people need to understand when it comes to dealing with, I guess, with yourselves. And a lot of people are afraid to do that, and it's okay. I said in one of my videos that I did the other day about a certain character named Raven Brown from Ruby. Her being scared is totally understandable. It's about moving forward that makes it memorable. It makes you, if that makes any sense. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did. And if you like any of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Josh Johnson. I will leave the original link to this video down below so you can watch it uninterrupted. Until next time, please take care of yourself, stay hydrated, stay safe, stay warm, and remember, you're loved, and I love you. So, peace out.
And little questions is everything.